Hey guys, for today's video, I'm going to share with you my nighttime skincare routine. I just recently did a poll on Instagram and you guys seemed like you really wanted to see this, so I thought I would film it for you guys. The reason I'm going to do my nighttime skincare routine and share it with you guys is because my daytime skincare routine is pretty much ever changing. I'm still trying to figure out the products that work best for me during the daytime. But with my nighttime skincare routine, I have it pretty much down and I know what I love and I know what works for me. And that is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So with my nighttime skincare routine, I just want to point out that I'm going to share with you guys step by step as to the products I use and why I use them and stuff like that. So first things first is if I am wearing makeup, which normally I don't during the week, I only wear it on days kind of on the weekend when I'm going to film and do like Instagram makeup and stuff like that. But my favorite eye makeup remover is this one from Target, which is the Up and Up brand, and it's just called the eye makeup remover. It's like a liquid and it is the off-brand equivalent to the Neutrogena eye makeup remover. I really like this stuff. I only use it for my eyes and if I have like liquid lipstick on or something like that, then I'll kind of shimmy it down. But what I like to do is I like to just take like a cotton round, put it on top, go like this for a couple seconds, kind of like tip the bottle so I get some liquid on it, and then place it on my eye for about 30 seconds and then kind of do like a circular motion and then lightly wipe it away. You don't want to like tug on your eyes because then you can cause like premature wrinkles and whatnot, which I really don't want. So just trying to take like the precautionary steps kind of a little bit sooner than later. But also if you kind of like hold it on your eye like the cotton round, it'll actually remove like your waterproof mascara, your eyeliner, your eyelash glue, all of that. Makes it a lot easier and then you're not like irritating your eyes either. If you're somebody that likes makeup wipes, which I don't normally use makeup wipes too much, it kind of just depends on the day or where I'm at. But I like these simple cleansing facial wipes from the brand Simple, of course. They're really nice. They have a lot of liquid to them. They're not like a dry wipe. Like, you know, like sometimes when you buy a makeup wipe, it's pretty much dried out. These ones are not the case. I really like them and I think they work really well. And another thing I like about them is they don't irritate my skin like a lot of makeup wipes do. I have eczema and I have very sensitive and dry skin, and these ones don't bug my skin whatsoever, which is really nice. My absolute favorite cleanser is this one from First Aid Beauty. It's just the face cleanser. It's like a foaming type of cleanser. It's like the ones that are like a cream and then you add water and then when you put it on your face it turns into like a foamy kind of deal. This one's my absolute favorite. It has been my favorite for probably at least 3 to 4 years now. I think it was Jaclyn Hill that recommended it originally, and after that I have been literally hooked. After I started using this cleanser, my acne actually started clearing up a lot better, and this stuff actually removes like all my makeup, like my foundation and all of that when I use it. And I really do feel like it really makes a difference when I do use it in my routine. Like if I don't cleanse my face with this, I have like issues after a couple days. My face starts getting really funny, so this is my literal holy grail. I believe that the value size one is about $30 to $35 at Sephora and Ulta. But this whole tube, using it twice a day, will last me literally a whole year because you only want like a pea-size amount per use. And if I am wearing like a very like full coverage foundation, I will actually take off my foundation using this cleanser. Not my eye makeup. This stuff will irritate my eyes, can make them burn a little bit. But just to like take off like the foundation and whatnot, I use it one time and then the second time I use to like cleanse my face after. But if you're looking for a really good cleanser, I highly recommend this one. It's literally the best I have tried and it is like my absolute favorite. I also want to point out that this cleanser is fragrance free, which is another thing I really try to look for in my skincare because sometimes synthetic fragrances and fragrances in general will really break me out. And with this one, there's like no coloring and any of that, so I really appreciate it and I really like it because of it. I also want to point out that maybe once or twice a week, maybe even 3 times during the summer, I use my Clarisonic Mia. I don't use it regularly, but I do use it pretty typically in my skincare routine, and I always use it with that First Aid Beauty cleanser. The brush heads that I really like are the Radiance and the Sensitive. They don't make my skin really irritated, and they're very, very gentle to the skin. The reason I don't use it daily is it really kind of irritates my skin if I use it too much for some reason. I've tried going through the Clarisonic Uglies maybe 3 or 4 times now, and that is where you use it like once or twice a day for the recommended amount of time, and your skin will get kind of funny for about 2 weeks until it really gets used to being cleansed by like the Clarisonic technology. but for some odd reason my skin just really hates it being used that much with it. I've tried it so many times, it just doesn't work. But if I use it about 2 to 3 times a week, I really do see a difference with my skin. Also, if you have one of these and you never do this, I was actually showing my coworker this the other day. If you pop off the head of it, like this, you can actually pop out the center piece. Let's see if I can get it. Oop. But then you get like this little baby brush head, and you can put it back onto your Clarisonic, and then you can really get like in your nose area and like above your lip really easy, like on your chin and like in between your eyebrows. It makes it so much easier. I highly recommend doing that if you use it. A lot of people don't know about it, but after I figured it out, I was like, this makes such a big difference. And in a way, I actually almost like it using like the smaller head than the bigger head, just because like I feel like I can have a little bit more control with it. So yeah, that's kind of like a little tip I have for you guys. After cleansing my skin, sometimes I use a scrub, and one of my favorite scrubs is this one from Derma. It is the Purifying Daily Detox Scrub with activated charcoal. I don't use it every day because I don't really feel like I need to scrub my skin that much, because I feel like it really irritates it after a while if I'm constantly exfoliating it. But if you are looking for a really nice scrub, I really recommend this one. It's not that abrasive. You know, like some scrubs, they're like super chunky and they like irritate the skin because of how abrasive they are. This one is definitely not that. It has a very nice light abrasive kind of texture to it. And it also has a like cooling effect too, which I really like. But if I have like dry skin on like my chin or like on my cheeks or like on my forehead, this really helps with it, and it really kind of gets rid of all that like dead skin I have on my, like on the top surface. Another thing I like about like Derma products is that they're cruelty-free, GMO-free, gluten-free, soy-free. The whole tube here is recyclable, and they are wind energy certified, which is pretty cool. Also, for being all of that, they are usually pretty much organic products. Not everything is organic or organically driven, but a lot of times they are, and they're like one of those eco-friendly brands, which I really appreciate too. Another thing with Derma too is they're not really that expensive. I think their products range between like $10 and like $25, just kind of depending on what it is, which is really nice too for it being like a very eco-friendly, earth-friendly kind of vibe brand. Not every day do I use toner, but my favorite toner right now is this one from Saturday Skin. It's called the Daily Dew Hydrating Essence Mist, and you are supposed to use this in between like a essence, kind of like a Korean skincare, you know, like the essence type serums that people use, and cleansing your face. What I really like about this is the spray. Let's see if I can get it. But if this was a makeup setting spray, I would be in literal heaven, because it is such a fine mist. It is literally the finest mist I've ever seen on a spray bottle. But what I really like about this as a like toner is that it really doesn't like dry my skin out like a lot of them do. A lot of toners, they feel like they're like really stripping my skin, and it makes it like feel like dry and cracked in a way. Whereas this one does not do that to me, but it also feels like it really brightens and hydrates my skin at the same time. I also really like to use this Daily Dew as like a refresher mist, not for like a makeup setting spray kind, but like a skincare type one, where my skin is kind of feeling icky and gross and I just kind of want like a little something something on it, then I do pull this out. So one thing after using that toning spray, I really like to make sure that I press it into my skin and make sure that it completely dries before I go on with my other skincare items. I feel like a lot of times with toner, if I don't wait for it to dry, it kind of just feels like it messes up my whole routine, and I don't feel like it really gets into my skin as long if I don't press it in, since it is a spray. So what I do is I just take like clean hands and I really just kind of push it into my skin. Just kind of like this. I don't like rub it or drag on my skin. I just really press it into my skin. My favorite acne treatment right now is this one from BioClarity. It is the 2% salicylic acid oat kernel acne treatment gel. What I like about this acne treatment that has salicylic acid in it is that it doesn't like dry my skin out. A lot of times I do have very dry skin, or I'm very combination oily. So I'll get very oily like where my acne is, right in here, and kind of like on my nose area, and sometimes even above my eyebrows. But with this one, where my skin is very dry, like on my chin and like above my lip and on my kind of like in the middle of my forehead, this will not dry my skin out whatsoever. Which a lot of these like acne treatment gels, it really dry my skin out. Like and it feels like really that like cracked feeling, whereas this one doesn't do it to me. And if I have like a really deep pimple, it'll take like maybe a day or two, but it really does make a difference when I do use it. And if I do use this even on areas that I normally break out on, right before I do break out, I notice that I don't actually break out. So you know, like right before you get your period, sometimes you get acne. For me, I always get like pimples like around my lip area and kind of on my chin. But if I use this right before getting that, then I don't actually get acne there, which is really nice. With this step, I also do try to make sure that this has fully dried before moving on with the other products, because I feel like a lot of times if this has just like been applied onto my skin and then I proceed with like oils and stuff like that, that it really slips around instead of staying where I actually need it. Like if I put it on my acne and I don't wait for it to dry, it kind of feels like it moves around into places that I don't really want it. Next, I like to use a vitamin C serum. And my favorite one is this one from Amara Organics. It is a 20% vitamin C serum with vitamin E and hyaluronic acid. I really like hyaluronic acid and vitamin C since I have acne scarring and I have a lot of dry areas. I've noticed that vitamin C has really diminished a lot of like the scarring I used to have on my cheeks, up in here and around my mouth. And hyaluronic acid really helps if you have dry skin. It really brings a lot of moisture back to the skin and really makes sure that your skin is hydrated. The thing I really like about this one from Amara Organics is that it is 98% natural and it is 72% organic, which is really nice. I really like organic skincare and I really like natural products, so I really try to push into using them when I can. So with any hyaluronic acid or vitamin C serum that I do use, I always mix it in with a gel moisturizer. My favorite gel moisturizer is this one from Clinique. It is the Moisture Surge Extended Thirst Relief Gel. Clinique also has a Moisture Surge that is a cream. I prefer the gel. I think that the cream is a little too heavy for my skin, especially like in the spots where I have a little bit more oil. I feel like it's just a little too heavy and sometimes can break me out, but the gel is my absolute favorite. I have literally gone through at least 5 or 6 of these because I love it so much. It is by far my absolute favorite moisturizer and I recommend it to everybody. So the reason I mix in my hyaluronic acid in with my gel moisturizer is I read on a blog, I think, was it maybe 2 years ago? I don't remember the blog's name, but they recommended mixing in your hyaluronic acid and your vitamin C in with your moisturizer at night, especially like a gel one, because apparently the molecules grab onto the water molecules and really make the hyaluronic acid work a lot better on your skin. I don't remember who recommended that tip, but I really do see a difference when I do use it. Maybe I'm wrong, don't quote me. I have never gone to school for esthetician, dermatology, none of that. I have a business major, so just wanting to throw that out there. So please just take any opinion or any advice like that with a grain of salt and do your own research and stuff like that. So if my skin is extremely dry, I don't use the hyaluronic acid serum with the Clinique Moisture Surge. I just use this Teddie Organics Organic Rosehip Oil. This is my favorite oil when my skin is extremely dry. So what I like to do is apply maybe 2 to 4 drops into the palm of my hand and then lightly pat it into my face. The reason I don't use this during the day is rosehip oil does have like a little bit of a color to it, and also oil takes a very long time to soak into my skin, so I look like an oily grease ball before work, and it is not cute and I don't want to deal with it. But if you have really dry skin, I do recommend trying an oil. They work so much better sometimes than like a gel moisturizer can, just because they penetrate a lot better into the skin. I also want to point out that in my skincare routine, I also use this Saturday Skin Rub-A-Dub Refining Peel Gel. And it is pretty much a treatment that really helps make your skin a little bit more clear and really kind of makes it a lot more brighter. And I pretty much use it like an exfoliator, so I try not to use it too much because it's not abrasive by no means. It does have a slight grit to it. When you really push it down into your skin, you can feel the grit. But it's very intense and I only like to use it a couple times just because of that. But when I do use this, I really feel like my skin really feels really silky smooth afterwards. So I really do recommend this, but I really want to warn you guys to only use it a couple times a week because of how intense it can be. Because it really does clear your skin really well if you have a lot of dry patches like I do. And it really can brighten up your skin, make you have that like healthy glow. But it is super intense, so you just want to watch out a little bit. I also want to point out that if you guys are looking for a really nice, like a lip balm or like a really thick salve, I really like this one from Smith's. I think that's what the brand's called, but it's a Rosebud lip salve. This stuff is really nice and really works very well, though I only use it at night just because it's so thick. And if you're like me and you have eczema, this one does not break me out. I actually have put this on like my hands where my hands have gotten like eczema rashes and like cracks, and I'll just put like in between my fingers and stuff because it is a salve, it's not really a lip balm, but people do use it both ways. But yeah, it really actually helps with that, and I really like it. And you know, it does come in the tube, but the like tin version is a lot better of a deal. But yeah, as you can see, it's kind of like a pinky color. There's not really any color to it that I can tell, but it really does work very well. What I like to do is I like to exfoliate my lips first, especially either with my Clarisonic or with like a sugar scrub. You know, like the homemade version where you just take a little bit of sugar and then rub it on your lips and call it good. And then I just take like a thick glob of this and then really lather it onto my lips, like really glob it on. And then I go to bed, and then in the morning I wipe it off. And my lips are like super smooth, it works very well. And it makes it so you, like when you wear like liquid lipsticks, that you don't get all like those funny cracks and whatnot. Hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my nighttime skincare routine and maybe found a couple products that you want to try next time you're at the store. And if you would like to see more videos like this, just let me know down in the comments down below. I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down below. And if you would like to follow me on other social media websites, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten and my Twitter account is @lethalskittens. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and until next time, bye!